Today is I don't even know, because I jumped one day. I think today is 14. So it should be the 13th day of this experiment, but in reality, I jumped one day. So today is day 12 or day 12 and 13. I'm gonna try and not be this perfectionism because I'm thinking, oh, I didn't accomplish this. So I don't know if I'm gonna run this experiment one day more or I'm gonna keep it like today, this kind of gap that I had yesterday, because to be completely honest with you, I was working so much this week, I mean this Wednesday, like yesterday and today mostly, but yesterday working so much, but then straight after work I met a friend, like it was unexpectedly, I needed to catch up for a long time, so I spent a long time with him, and actually by the time I arrived home, I had a shower, and then and when I was making dinner I realized I didn't do this. And I was like, 11 days in a row, so I was surprised that I completely forgot. But here I am again today, day 12 or 13 of this experiment. But I'm happy that I keep it going. That's all I can say. I'm trying not to go into this perfectionism mindset that I used to have in the past, so we can talk about that, to be honest. I mean, same park that other days. Well, not every day I'm going in the same park, it's a different park, but one of these parks. People is crossing by, but I don't give any thought, to be honest, and I'm so happy about it. I think I'm quite in flow today. Despite how tired I am, which is quite rare, but here I am. So, talking about perfectionism, talking about me jumping one day, yesterday I had a thought like, oh, I ruined it, I ruined the challenge. The issues still like storage. I need to delete a couple of last videos. It's because, I don't have much storage in this camera anyway, but I keep recording, like whether or not I'm thinking that I'm gonna just be full storage. I don't know why I keep thinking that I can keep recording without any consequences. But let's go to the point. So I was saying, like yesterday I felt, okay, I jumped one day, but then, oh, I ruined the challenge, or some thoughts like that, some thoughts like black or white, some thoughts like perfectionism mindset. I used to be much more of a perfectionism person. I would say I'm a former perfectionist. And still sometimes I kind of see some signs, like these thoughts, if I am in a bad spiral or in a insecure. Actually, unbelievably, I've been interrupted by a random person in the park to tell me like kind of a story. I'm actually, listen to him, so that's fair enough. I hope he has a great time. I don't know what I'm even saying, I hope he's happy anyway. So as I was saying, I consider myself as a former perfectionist. I don't think I am a perfectionist anymore compared to other people or other perfectionists that I see. But, you are a certain way depending on who you compare yourself with, So I don't believe I am a perfectionist based on how I was in the past. For example, in my early 20s or even teenage years, I was much more insecure. I was much more like concerned about getting it perfect. If not, I'm failing, whatever. But yesterday I was loving these thoughts. Then I thought, fuck it, in a sense. I was thinking, actually, maybe this is part of the experiment, that I need to, embrace doing this imperfect experiment and jumping one day. I don't know, I took it with this embrace mindset, but at the same time it hurt it a little bit, thinking, oh my god, I stopped, the consistency, but I was consistent for 11 days, then the 12th day I jumped it, and today we are in the 13th day. So this actually brings me to like this perfectionism mindset, brings me to like people appear to be perfectionist or really attention to detail. And when you say in an interview or to someone that your weakness is being a perfectionist, it sounds like you are kind of like pretending with your weakness, but it's actually a weakness, you know, because if I were a perfectionist, I wouldn't be doing this. Actually, this experiment is quite raw, quite unedited, you know. And actually, 2 years ago, when I was much more insecure about putting myself out there on like platforms like YouTube, Instagram, whatever, I wouldn't have been able to do it, you know. I for sure, because I would have freaked out, you know. My nervous system would have like blocked me for doing this. But these days, I'm just thinking, if you watch it, watch it. If you don't want to watch it, skip it. And if you want to say something about it, it's because you are too much invested, you know. Don't get that invested. It's your attention, what we are craving here in all these platforms, everyone, you know. So I'm just having another mindset. I'm just having a much more, you know, let them, confidence, call it whatever, embodiment, presence. I'm happy with like myself, you know. So these imperfections, you know, are quite strong, you know. So perfectionism is this fear in disguise. If it goes to like the stream, it's really good to get it like right first time, you know, the detail. Some things, actually my work, in my like 9 to 5, I work as a nuclear engineer, you try your best to kind of be perfect, you know, but in the engineering life at the same time, it's not like mathematics 2 plus 2, 4, you know, so you need to kind of do this 85% perfection, but then, you know, assessing mitigations or assessing error ranges or probabilities or things like that, because nothing in this world is perfect. Like neither humans, you know, myself, yourself, whoever, but neither things, you know, and actually having these differences, this imperfection is what as humans we can like kind of connect with other people, because if we were all the same, how we would be connecting? I mean, we connect based on similar things that we have, but maybe similar things that we lack, or, you know, if we were all the same and all like perfect in different aspects, it's like, you know, a bit boring. Like if you were perfect at the same time, if I was perfect like doing these videos or talking to the camera 2 years ago when I started like taking it a bit like, okay, I'm gonna put myself out there, like this thought in my mind, if I were perfect, do you think it would be fun, the process? No, it wouldn't be fun. You'll have the reward straight away, you'll have the, you know, the confidence, but the happiness is in the progress, in the kind of seeing yourself dominating this skill, seeing yourself like progressing. This is kind of the richness in all processes. So richness in life, seeing your growth, seeing how a year ago you were so different. So it's like if everything were perfect from the beginning and you didn't have this imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is just because you are new. Of course you're gonna feel like imposter because you are new, and until you develop the skills or you develop the, you know, the this presence or embodiment and knowledge, whatever it is, you're gonna feel like an imposter. But imposter syndrome, kind of this label, it's a great opportunity for you to learn a lot and to become much more confident in that. And then sooner rather than later, you won't be having this imposter syndrome anymore. It's me, like, a moment. I'm gonna change my position because my leg is like hurting. But you know, perfection is not the solution. Actually, the path, this path with imperfect steps is the solution, is the progress, is the happiness, is what you're looking for actually, your growth, to see, you know, how you were a year ago, how you are now. Even if now it's not perfect, you are right now at this specific moment as you are right now, but this is not gonna be how you are in a month or how you are in a year. So it's just happiness, the progress is not in like being perfect and just in the reward. Then if I were perfect at this and I would get the reward, imagine, really quickly, I think I would like have fun in the long term. Like I would, you know, I am good at what I do, but then I will quickly jump into new desire or new opportunity to grow or something, because this is how humans behave. Like once we get something, sooner or later, I mean, depending on you know, how much of a milestone you accomplish or how much gratitude you have towards that thing that you accomplish, sooner or later it's gonna be, you know, your new normal. So you are gonna find a new desire, a new conquest, you know, because you wanna, you know, dominate yourself, grow professionally, personally, spiritually. So you need a new mission. So you're always gonna find a mission, and if you don't have a meaningful mission, this is where to become a little bit unhappy. So perfection is not the way to happiness. It's actually in the imperfect path to get closer and closer and closer to this perfection, and you're never gonna get there. So it's a nice road because you keep getting better and you keep getting happier. There's no finish. Just finishing. There was no finish line. I was saying there is no finish line to this. You know, there is never gonna be a finish line for you to be perfect. So this is actually very, you know, rewarding in itself, because the path is what makes you happy. If it were a finish line, then afterwards what? You need a mission, you need a meaningful mission and some progress, some steps towards whatever desire you have, and that is what makes life, you know, worth living, interesting, happy. So I leave you with that, some food for thought and some reflection for today on perfectionism. Let's see you tomorrow. Bye.